leading in the guys.
Kilian. Oi. Kilian, man. Davide was not far.
Did you check the last episode?
Here's what happened.
Previously on the Golden Trail World Series, the opening event of the season was held in Zegama.
Zegama was my favorite race of the season, and we started very strong, very fast, and it was very hot, so after we slowed down, but I managed to win for the 9th time there, and I really feel like home running in Zegama.
I went to Zegama. It was my first marathon, and I really had no expectations, and I won it, and that was the best experience of this season.
The second stop of the series was the Mont Blanc Marathon.
The race was hard, there was a lot of heat, but I managed to take the win. It was my best result in trail running so far.
Mont Blanc was my first race of the season, and it played out pretty similar to the year before, where I didn't take the lead until the last 5K. But I was really happy to win here for the second time.
After running under the shade of the Mont Blanc, we moved to Italy for the third stop of the series.
Canazei was a great race. Winning 2 races in a row boosted my confidence.
I came to Canazei, it was my first race, and I actually wasn't really sure what I'm capable to do in such longer races.
After Italy, we went to Switzerland for the legendary Sierra Zinal race.
This year I have really trained for that, and I was very happy to win again and mostly to break the record. It was a dream coming true.
I was hoping to lead the race, and yes, I did. I managed to win and to break the record. Time to cross the Atlantic Ocean all the way to Colorado for the Pikes Peak Marathon.
Pikes Peak Marathon was the last race I did for qualify to Nepal final, and I won the race, but I came very far from Matt Carpenter's record.
After Sierra Zinal, I felt good, so I decided to compete at Pikes Peak, and here too. I was able to lead the race from the start and to break the record. From hot Colorado to rainy Scotland, the Ring of Steel was the last opportunity to qualify for the big finale. This year I wanted to win and to bring home the Ring of Steel race. It's a very technical race as I like, and yeah, the victory of this year gives me some good chances to win the series.
Ring of Steel was my third and last chance to qualify for the final in Nepal, so it was now or never, and I did it. I managed to win the race and break the record, and now we're off to Nepal.
Welcome to the country of temples, tropical forests, and the highest mountains in the world. Welcome to Nepal. The top 10 world's best runners will compete in the heart of the Himalayas for the grand finale of the Golden Trail World Series. The Himalayan range contains 10 of the famous 14 8,000ers. The legendary Annapurna region is the most popular trekking area in Nepal. From high-altitude trails to narrow tracks and a technical downhill in the jungle, this race has it all.
I think the 2 young Italians, Davide Magnini and Nadir Maguet, they are probably the stronger right now.
In the rankings in front of me I have Kilian, and I know he's been in the Himalayas for a few weeks, so for sure he's well acclimatized. That's why I think tomorrow is going to be hard to beat him.
Kilian and Nadir have more points than me in the overall ranking, so if I want to win the series, I have to beat them.
The best show up, the best want to win, and really when you are here you really feel that you are fighting against the best.
This is my last chance to revalidate the title.
At the moment I'm the Golden Trail leader, and I need a really good race, and I need to beat Maud to to have the chance to win this race.
Alors là, pour la grande finale,
For the grand finale, Judith Witter is one of my biggest rivals.
Il 60% della
60% of the final ranking is composed of Salomon athletes, so tomorrow I'll try to bring La Sportiva as high as
Numera
possible.
sportiva.
So, where are we?
It's perfect. It's really cute. It's maybe how it should be.
It was kind of a festive atmosphere, a lot of really excited kids running around, a lot of runners from all over the world who were excited to explore this challenge.
So I was filming at kilometer 10 and then I read that on the WhatsApp group.
à ce moment,
At that moment, I realized it was screwed up.
So in the beginning of the race, I was following Ingvild and she got her poles out. She started pushing quite hard, so I put my head down to catch her, and then when I looked up, she was gone.
I was with Ingvild, Aliane, Amadine, and Elisa.
Then we all gathered, and it was kind of like, I think all of us were a bit disappointed and sad, because then we thought we were out of the race.
Yeah, it happened and you can't do anything about it.
15 minutes you going there. Yeah, we're
Everyone is going wrong. It's crazy. It's like not even a race.
Everybody get lost. All the 7 girls.
It's very well marked.
Sorry?
It's very well marked.
I normally get lost. Why?
I don't know.
We tried different paths and we got really confused.
So I was waiting for the girls for almost 40 minutes and suddenly they appear.
1 hour wrong. 15 kilometers now.
Go, go, go.
How many women are ahead?
Maybe you might be top 10.
At that point, you kind of know that the chance of getting on the podium is kind of gone.
But Maud, she wasn't there. She must have dropped off. That was my thought.
This race is super tough.
42k with 3,600 meters, just that tells you that it's not going to be easy.
That's quite crazy, but if you compare it to Himalayas, maybe it's not too big.
The runners are now approaching Highcombe. Sitting at 3,580 meters, it's the highest sleeping point along the Mardi Himal trek. It offers views to the Annapurna range on the left and to the sacred mountain of Machapuchare on the right. Machapuchare has never been climbed to its summit. The only attempt was in 1957 by a British team, which didn't complete the ascent. Since then, the mountain has been declared sacred and is now closed to the climbers.
I don't think altitude will be a big problem for me. Like last month I was climbing in the Khumbu area, I get up to 8,300 meters. So I believe that the 3,700 meters here will not be a big problem.
I was just trying to focus on my feelings and to do my own pace. So I saw that I was leading after some minutes of race.
I let him go a few minutes, and then I was thinking, okay, no, that's the guy I need to follow if I want to win the race.
And after when we start the downhill, I realized that maybe I had pushed too much in the first climb.
Yo me encontré bastante bien y...
I was feeling pretty good and I went with Thibaut. We went together for a few kilometers. But yeah, the altitude hit me hard, and when we started downhill, I think 3 or 4 guys passed me, and then I managed to stay there.
Unos 3 o 4 y bueno, luego me pude mantener ahí.
Thibaut, Aritz and Bim got to the turnaround point really close, but But now, it looks like Beam is flying on the downhill.
When we were in high camp, we were on the aid station. I was so destroyed. So I was there with Mark. He was filled up his soft flasks, and I was just standing there trying to figure out what to do. And I ate a half of a super small cracker, and I struggled to eat. And then I suddenly realized, oh, I should also fill my soft flask.
Stian, everything is okay? The altitude? You look a little bit white.
Headache on the way up.
Yes.
Finally, I was really happy, relieved. I thought, all right, now my section starts with a downhill.
And the plan was just to run with him in the downhill because he runs so smooth, and I feel I run faster and more relaxed when I run behind him. But then he get a gap, and I was thinking, now I just screwed up.
I did the mistake. I didn't take any refreshments or didn't eat anything because, yes, I thought it's just going to be the downhill now. I knew it was a long downhill, but I imagined it to be really quick. And well, it was kind of quick, but even quicker. I bonked really hardly, and then it was really tough.
Still there, I was quite bad, but after that I started to feel better in the downhill. And then just the feelings was better and better.
So yeah, when Stian passed me, I bonked really badly. In this moment, he took advantage, and he flew by me, and it was a tough moment for me. Noticing that he's so much faster now, and I had just no choice but believe in me and hoping that a better moment will come later to catch up again.
I just went off. Mark didn't follow, and then a couple of minutes later I saw Aritz in front of me, and I think he was tired. He looks tired, and I passed him, and then I just get a gap to both of them, and that was quite shocking for me.
Yes, maybe 2 minutes to the third girl, the Nepalese girl. More just dropped off. Just keep go steady, don't push too hard because it's still...
When I saw Remy and Fanny, they were both filming earlier on, and that's when they told me I was fourth. So I asked who was ahead, and they said Judith, Sylvia and Sunmaya. And then I said, what about Maud? And they said that she had gone the wrong way and she dropped out of the race and she was back at the finish line.
Et après, j'ai vu qu'on était complètement faux. Et
After I saw that we went completely wrong, I didn't want to go back. So I preferred to drop the race, but to continue on the track that I knew that went to high camp. It was the track that we took 2 days ago.
Pour monter en altitude.
Yeah, ho visto
I saw Maud from high camp to viewpoint.
al viewpoint.
So then after I saw Maud, then people started telling me I was fourth, but I thought I'd been third. So I was really confused.
Donc, j'ai été jusqu'à
I kept running to the aid station of Highcamp to get some food, and then they told me that if I ran to the top, to the turning point, I could continue the race.
Turn point, tu peux continuer la course. Alors c'est ce que j'ai fait.
So that's what I did. I was at the top and I raced to the finish line.
Jusqu'à la ligne d'arrivée.
Qualcuno mi diceva che si erano
Yeah, someone told me they had gone the wrong way, but I thought that they were all back in the path. I actually didn't realize that they were completely lost and that they had to stop.
How are you feeling, Silvia?
Not so good now, but I hope it's the altitude.
Yeah.
And so getting better when going down. I hope.
Down here, yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
donc j'étais jusqu'au turn point. Et quand je suis
After the turning point, I saw
là, j'ai
Judith
vu Judith.
about 5
Je
minutes
pense qu'elle
behind me,
était environ 5 minutes
and I
derrière
knew
moi.
she would catch me on the downhill.
Et puis je savais qu'elle allait me rattraper dans la descente.
No, I didn't know that she was not racing anymore. I heard girls saying she was running wrong, but I mean, you never know what they decide in the jury. So I was just trying to do my race and to try to be faster than her in the finish.
Go, Maud. Go.
But afterwards I met Meg, who was telling me she was running wrong, so I was really surprised about that.
What have happened with Maud?
I know.
Why is she still on the course?
Wait a second.
Maud.
No. Maud, she dropped.
How she dropped?
She get lost.
What?
She get lost.
Ah! Then it's Sylvia.
And red?
No, I've not seen her.
Oh, really? Right up there. What's up? Let's go now.
We're still going up.
Yes.
Per me è stata
It has been a hard race. Right after the start, I felt like my legs were not ready as they normally are.
come le altre volte.
Déjà, j'étais très fatiguée, comme je dis.
Yeah, I was very tired. As I said from the beginning, it was very difficult, and we were in the clouds without having the opportunity to look at the scenery, so I decided to stop.
Beam, Stian.
Yeah, Beam, Stian, and Mark were a little lower. I knew I was a few minutes ahead at the top, so I was able to manage my downhill. Trying to recover, someone from the back caught me up.
Un éventuel retour de coureur.
I saw Thibaut on the way up to the turning point, and he was looked very strong there. So I was like hoping maybe I can close the gap, but I didn't expect it. I expect it because he's a very good runner.
But you can catch up Thibaut. The fourth place is my place, so yes. Yeah, Bibi, he's third, and he will finish second, I think. Okay. He's very fast and downhill. Okay, crazy.
I knew that the race was hard, but I couldn't imagine so much. When I was at 32k and more than 3 hours of racing, I just ran out of energy.
We were there waiting for Kilian Jornet to finish the race, and then suddenly Bim Gurung came out from nowhere, and he thought that he was winning the race. So he came from the right, and then he said, "Oh no, maybe I need to go turn around and then cross the actual finish line. So maybe then I will win the race." But then, we told him I think something went wrong, and Bim looked around and then he disappeared.
It looks like Kilian Jornet will take the win. What a perfect season, winning 4 races back-to-back, and with this one, he's the 2019 Golden Trail World Series champion.
I believe this has been my best year ever. I think the fact of training more, being racing less, but really focusing on the races I did, it made that this year it's the year I has been the strongest. Well, I has been racing for more than 15 years, and now we see the next generations like Davide Magnini, Jean-Marguerite, Stian, Jacob. It's many young athletes that they are really showing up or winning races. I really want them to come strong and to smash all the things we did.
I missed the 4th place. That's my spot.
Wait a moment, is that Bim again?
And he came back on course, and then he finished the race, and he still finished 7th place, which is amazing.
I knew it was going to be a tough climb, but it ended up being a tougher climb than I ever thought it would be.
Oh, this is hard. This is hard. Too technical for me. Yeah. Looking good, man. Oh, okay.
It's okay, buddy. I saw donkeys. I had a dog follow me. I saw little baby goats, little chickens, and people. A lot of people cheering us on. It's nice. Hello, thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Have a good day. Whew. More uphill. I think Judith and Maud will be coming soon.
Oh, Judith is extremely strong. I saw her at the turnaround point and she was already close to me, and I was thinking she's gonna pass you on the downhill because it's technical and she's amazing runners.
Sage is worried about you.
Yes, not to be. He was far away.
I actually saw her at the last aid station. We both got Coke together, and she said, "You come finish with me," and I said, "No, you go ahead."
Ooh, more stairs. Ooh.
And Judith Witter coming in within the overall top 10. This is insane.
I think this year has shown quite well how the trail running is improving, or how the level is getting amazingly high. It has changed the latest years, and I'm sure it will change also the upcoming years. The records have been beaten in almost all races, and I think it will continue like that because athletes are getting more professional.
What happened in the final? Of course, I'm a little disappointed. But at the same time, it's a sport. And it has been a great experience that will give me a good motivation for next year.
Ça me donnera de la motivation pour l'année prochaine.
No, mi fate perdere il drone. Torna qua, Nafi.
Well, you feel really small here, and it's a good thing.
Nepal is like the best country. It's probably one of the most inspiring countries I ever visit.
We go rafting!
I mean, I knew the mountains would be big, but not quite so big. It looks like a mirage when you see them like floating up above the valley.
It's first because the mountains. I love high altitude. I love the challenge that offers.
What impressed me the most are actually not the mountains. I mean, it's amazing, yes, but it's more the people.
Really nice people around, smiling, really welcoming us.
They offer everything to us, even if they have nothing.
It's colorful and it's a lot of good taste.
Interesting new foods to try that I don't know what I'm eating sometimes, but that's part of the adventure.
To spend some time up in the mountains with the others is very fun.
He's not butter. Yeah. Look at the view. Let's go.
We're still going up.
Thank you, Tanya.
Yeah, guys, after your experience.